Welcome back to Kim's Art Alchemy. I brought out this, I think it's the Blossom mold that you can get from Pouring Your Heart Out. eBay store, it's Julie Cut's store. I'm gonna try and do a sunflower in this mold. So I mixed up 4 ounces of Bond Craftor resin, which is a 1-to-1, regular 1-to-1 epoxy resin, and I decanted 30 grams, or about an ounce, into this little cup, and I am putting Julie's bloom paste in, again, Pouring Your Heart Out, and I thought I'd experiment with resin dye today. Actually, oh my goodness, I was gonna do a sunflower, and then I changed my mind, and then I found the black glass and forgot that I had changed my mind to something else. Again, these are resin dyes, but I wanted to try them out. Shoot, I wanted to try out the resin dyes, but to do sunflower, I should probably use alcohol inks because they spread more. Gosh darn it. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, that's ready. Okay, let's get this going. Get some of this stuff out of the way before I knock it over. Here I go, experimenting with the resin dye. The first one that I'm putting down here is lemon yellow, and you saw me put it on my stick because I just wasn't sure how it would spread, and it didn't. You see those drops just stay in place. So then I created these cool patterns with the resin dye. So after I put down the lemon yellow, then it was yellow, then orange, then ruby red that I'm putting down right now. And if you look, it does eventually spread, see? And then I am piping. And I'm using shapes that I have seen Fahima of Zarin Resin Art do. So this is a complete play for me, the whole thing. And here I am doing these weird sideways hearts. They were hard to do from a certain angle, but also, like I said, just fun to be doing something totally different. So I'm gonna let you watch. I, of course, go out with this, and then I take a look and I think, oh, well, my white's uneven towards the top versus the bottom, so I go back in after deblobbing. On to layer 2. This time I mixed up 3 ounces of resin, same Bond Craftor resin, and I have decanted 20 grams into this little cup. I put 2 drops of Julie's bloom paste in it, and decanted the rest in here. So this is what we've got. This time I thought I would use this light green resin dye to color my white, and I'm gonna do blooms, bloom petals in this light green. I'm just gonna put 2 in, see what that looks like. That might be good. I just want it to be a nice light pale green. That looks pretty good. Don't want there to be too much contrast with the white. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put it in my piping bag and we'll get to piping. We're back. And as you can see, I put a black backing on my piece. So let's see what we have. Been excited to get this one demolded. So let's go. I think I got all my points out. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful mold. All right, let's turn it over. We'll do it this way, so we'll be surprised at the same time. Whoa! Wow, that is so interesting. It's squiggly. It's squiggly. I think, if I'm seeing this right, okay, there's so many things to comment on. First of all, that light green that I put for the leaves behind here doesn't really show. It just looks more of a cream color, but in a way, at least to my thinking, it gives it more depth. It looks like it's further back, which it is, and works with this whole piece. So what else am I gonna say? So the colors and how they moved. The resin dye appears to have kind of interacted with the pigment paste, the white pigment paste a little bit, so that it didn't bloom quite as much and kind of created very interesting ridges through it. Very cool ridges. But it also made that white a little bit heavier. I don't know what to think. I think it's pretty darn cool though. And also just the patterning of the petals. Remember, I did kind of M's with these, and you can definitely see that. It's a very, very cool piece. I'm gonna bring you guys down so you can see this a bit better. Oops. Gotta stand back and up and try not to get those lights in. Look at that. See what I mean about the stripy parts versus this outer area where it blooms nicely? It's just so cool. My conclusions from using the resin dye are that if you drop the resin dye onto the resin and then bloom over it, you get those strange effects and you don't get as much of the bloom effect. But if you add the resin dye in with the blooming pigment paste, then it blooms perfectly. Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.